It seems like one of the worst people on the internet, Nick Fuentes, is going after trying to obliterate the likes of Candace Owens, calling her a sick, twisted person for exploiting Charlie Kirk's death. And you know, when Nick Fuentes is going after Candace Owens, which is not unusual ever since he was on her show. So Candy platformed him. And then after she platformed him, he went after her. So there's that drama. But as Britta says, which I happen to really agree with, because I'm not a fan at all of Nick Fuentes. I don't like the majority of the stuff that he says, but doesn't mean that he's not right from time to time. And what he's been saying about Candace is exactly what I've been saying about her. But the difference is I'm nowhere anywhere close to Nick Fuentes. The guy is a rabid anti-Semite. He's a Hitler apologist. He's all these horrible things. And now he wants to use the whole situation with Candace Owens and make himself look like out that he's sort of a more reasonable person in contrast. No, sorry, mate, not going to fly at all. So Britta goes, Nick had no problem with calling himself Standus and whining about wanting to do a collab with Candy. Like how you put that there. I wonder if you watch my show, Britta. If you do, great. Candy. Until she finally had him on her show. He's been bashing her ever since to make himself look reasonable by contrast. These people are opportunists and backstabbers, always remember. Yeah, it seems to be like the thing, you know, like the podcasting realm, lots of these people will just go after each other. It's like, here I am trying to go, no, we need to tell the truth. We need to be held to a high standard because God holds me or all of us, as it were, to a high standard and a higher calling. So make sure that we are doing our very best to honor that high standard and that high calling. These people are grifters, opportunists. They know they can get clicks. They know that they can get money from all of that. And here I am just going, no, we need to tell the truth. We need to be good human beings. And yeah, but we're not getting that, unfortunately. There's not many people on the internet nowadays that you can really trust their viewpoint or their opinion. And I'd like to think that you guys can trust me about what I have to say and what I'm calling out or bringing attention to, you know? So Candace, as we know, as I've said a number of times, is a compulsive liar. She's doing it because she's got a massive following. And sure, I can do the exact same thing, but I'm not going to do the exact same thing because I'm not a sick, twisted person like she is. And I happen to not agree with exploiting people for money, just so you're aware of that, especially dead people. Anyway, so Nick Fuentes has decided to go off on Candace Owens. And I wouldn't normally share Nick Fuentes, but he makes a point, same point that I make. Obviously, we're going to talk about what he has to say, but have a watch.
And honestly, she should be ashamed of herself. I think she's a disgusting and vile human being. Shame on her. Shame on her and what she's doing to the family. Shame on her, how she's exploiting her friend's death. I didn't even like Charlie Kirk. And I took a day off and came back the next day and really did nothing other than call for peace and give a nice eulogy. This sick and twisted person has exploited the death and grifting off of it, spinning up this conspiracy theory that has no evidence because there's an appetite for it. And it has just got to be the most heinous thing I've ever seen. She is a gross, lying, low integrity, low honor, ignorant. That's what she is. She is a craven, clout, grifter, money. That's just what and by the way, everybody in Turning Point thinks that. Because the people in Turning Point, and I don't even like the people in Turning Point, a lot of them, but even they know that. So enough is enough already. Produce the evidence or shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. Like, it's insane. Because she said for weeks, I've got the letter. I've got the letter. The letter comes out It's not what she said it was. She lied. She either didn't know or she did and she lied. Either way, she misrepresented what she had. This letter comes out. It blows a giant gaping hole in her theory. And instead of owning it, which would have been the honorable thing to do if she had any integrity or honesty, she's going to say, "Oh, well, I don't know how I feel about that, but I've got videos of Kirk hating Israel, but I'm not going to release them." Hey, man, put up or shut up. It's been 20 days. If you got something that people haven't seen, if you have any real proof, if you have any honor, any integrity, if you have a shred of decency, put up or shut the fuck up. I don't know how people watch it. She's the dumbest, most dishonest person I've ever seen. I don't know how anybody watches that shit. That's why anti-Semitism is really gatekept for white people, I guess, because you put it in the hands of somebody like that and it's all over the place. It's beekeeping conspiracies. It's Brigitte Macron, transgenders, energy weapons, trap doors. Holy. I mean, she's given black anti-Semites a bad name. Thank God we have people like Myron. Thank God you actually have intelligent black critics of Israel, we'll call them, because she is just giving us a bad name. Ben Shapiro, can you take her back, please? Ben Shapiro, if you can hear me, please take Candace back.
Before the Charlie Kirk assassination, before that happened, Candace, her content wasn't exactly, she had the Brigitte Macron, she had the Blake Lively stuff. Her shows weren't as interesting. Her views were dropping, especially on the live stream. Then Charlie Kirk gets assassinated. Then she saw an opportunity. She saw a very big opportunity to exploit his death. And like Nick pointed out, there is an appetite. Strangely, there is an appetite from people that saw Candace because she had a relationship, keyword had a relationship with Charlie, and now she's using it to her advantage. Look at what happened to Charlie. I'm going to investigate his killer. I'm not going to stop until I find out who's the real killer. And I'm going to leave these dangling things for you guys to look at. I'm not going to give you any proof. I'm not going to have any evidence whatsoever. I'm just going to have these baseless claims, and they will do a lot of damage to people. I'm going to have these baseless claims, and you guys are going to have to prove me wrong the entire time. That's the appetite. It's trying to the gotcha bro kind of thing. It's also like, trust me, bro, I'm the gotcha bro too. You're going to have to prove me wrong. Kind of mystery. Let's piece all this together. I don't actually know who killed Charlie Kirk. The feds, they're lying. So playing on the conspiracy of how bad the FBI is, because the FBI lies to us all the time. I can't trust them because of Jeffrey Epstein. Right. Because of one instance, it means we can't trust them with everything else, supposedly. That's Candace Owens' grift. Then it's like the letter. Go after Bibi Netanyahu. I'm going to allude, then play dumb. Play like I didn't even, or just ignore it. That's what she's been doing. Even today's episode. An entire 40-something long minute episode every single day for 5 days of the week. She will come up with a new provocative headline. Yesterday it was dead or alive. What does that allude to? Who killed Charlie Kirk? Who is responsible? Then she attacked Turning Point USA. Now it's, guess what? There's a woman that was seen with the Charlie Kirk shooter, but she doesn't even know who the shooter is. According to Candace, it's not Tyler Robinson, because she's been saying the entire time, it's not Tyler Robinson. Can't possibly be him. It's not matching up with my timeline. All I'm saying is when you got someone like Nick Fuentes, who, yes, he has a very big audience too, who is actually like looking at this and realizing Nick is not a good human being. Just pointing that out. He's not a good human being. And you've got Nick that is now saying that Candace is a sick, twisted person for exploiting. I think Nick is a bad person for his opinions, but I don't think he would ever exploit someone's death for his own gain. I don't see that happening for Nick. I really don't. And that's saying something, honestly. But Candace, no character whatsoever. Lies. And people may come after me for going after Candace, by all means. But I know the truth. She doesn't know the truth. And when you are trying to tarnish a good man's name, how dare you? You are like despicable, the lowest of the low. It's from the pit of hell to do what you're doing. You can't even let the families grieve. You can't. I think they're just biding their time. I think they're just actually grieving, doing their thing, and then they'll come out. That's what I think. Because you can only go so far as to lie. And the problem with lies is they're very destructive, very damaging. They can destroy a person's life. They can destroy organizations. Wars have been started because of lies. Countless people have died because of lies. And Candace doesn't seem to realize the weight of her lies. Not yet, because she's profiting. And I really do hope that one day she realizes, hey, there is a consequence when someone lies. And it's not a good one. So one can hope and one can pray that she wakes up. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.